Good day, students. Today we will be working in our Grade6 student books from page 54 to page 57. Now, if you don't have this book at home with you, don't worry. Simply use a notebook and pencil. I am opening the book for you right now. Like I said, it's the Grade6 student book, and this is page 54. This is Unit 7, my favorite teacher. The goal here is to write about effects. How we do that is by using the key points: have, has, effect on, they are, effects of, so, as a result, therefore, thus, have plus past participle. Now, these are the key points which I will explain throughout this unit. Also, during these online lessons, I will explain the activities and you will complete it after the lesson, not during the lesson. Let's start the warm-up activity. It says here, look at the pictures, describe the situations, and write possible results of them. Now, in the first picture, we see a boy sitting on the couch eating unhealthy food. Now, I'm going to help you more with the first picture and a little less with the second picture. I will expect you to do more work on the second picture by yourself after the lesson. Now, like I said, this boy sitting on the couch eating unhealthy food, we have to ask ourselves what is a possible result of eating unhealthy food? Is it positive or is it negative? And before we answer, we need to just keep in mind the key points on how we're going to answer. So one of the most obvious results of eating unhealthy food would be to gain weight. But how would we write that? Like I said, we will look at the key points, and I think we will use there are. So we can say there are many negative effects of eating unhealthy food. Firstly, you will gain weight because these foods are high in fat. I will give you a minute to take that down. Good. Now, after the lesson, I would like for you to write at least two more negative effects of eating unhealthy food. So you will add that to this. And then we will now move on to the second picture. So in the second picture is a girl who is sleeping despite the fact that her phone's alarm is ringing. So she must be very tired. Maybe she was up late playing Brawl Stars or Fortnite, or maybe she was watching Netflix. The point is, she is definitely going to be late for school. So for this picture, I would like you to write about the effects of being late. Again, like we did with the first picture, we have to consider the possible key points that we are going to use. Okay, I've got some ideas. So the effects of being late. These are some ideas. You can use your own or you can use these and add to this. So it's not enough time to get ready, late for school, disrupt lessons. I will give you a minute to take this down. Now, again, after the lesson, you will write possible results or effects of being late, and you will add to this. We will now move on to page 5. So this is writing about effects. When writing about effects, explain what happened because of someone or something. You can write about the good or bad effects of someone or something. You can write a topic sentence like the following: have or has a lot of effects on, or there are many good effects of. So we're going to read a passage, or I will read the passage and you will follow. My favorite teacher. Miss Harper, my English teacher, has had many positive effects on me. First of all, she helped me be more confident. I was really shy and quiet, so I didn't talk a lot in class. Miss Harper always gave me a friendly smile and encouraged me to talk more. As a result, I tried to participate more and began to feel more comfortable in class. Miss Harper also helped me like English. English is hard, but she explains things clearly and does fun activities. Therefore, English became my favorite subject. Lastly, Miss Harper made me want to become a teacher too. Miss Harper cares about her students and always listens to their problems. I want to do the same for my students one day. I hope she will be my English teacher again next year. Now, we have two questions here, and I will leave it open so that you can see the full passage and both questions. Okay, so question number one: write the three main effects Miss Harper has had on the writer. So there's three in the text. You can find it here. I will do the first one with you. The first one is right over here. She helped me be more confident. So Miss Harper helped the writer be more confident. I want you to write full sentences here. So remember, full sentences, it starts with a full stop and ends with a capital letter. Okay. You can do the first one, and then I'll give you 2 minutes to do number two and three. One more minute. Okay, now number two, what is the effect of the following? Miss Harper always gave the writer a friendly smile and encouraged her to talk more. So find this in the passage and then look at what the effect of that was. I'll give you 2 minutes. One more minute. Okay, so now we are moving on to page 56. Now, our ultimate goal for this unit, like with all the other units, is that you will be expected to write a paragraph. In the case of this unit, it will be about the effects that something or someone has had on you. So you will do this at the end of the unit, but I want you to come back to these activities that we are about to do now, because this will focus on the topic sentences. So just to remind you, the topic sentence is the first sentence of the paragraph. So it will not only introduce the topic, but also set the tone for the paragraph. Now, on this page, there are two activities. The one activity focuses on have, has. So it's a topic sentence with have, has. And then the second activity focuses on topic sentence that starts with there are, effects are. Okay, so let's say you have to write a paragraph about the effects of stress. For the first, you can say stress has many negative effects on your health. And then for the second one, you can say there are many negative effects of stress. So you will use one of these two as your topic sentence. Also, instead of saying many, you can also say a lot of, several, a few, or you can use an exact number. For example, if you want to list 10 negative effects of stress, you can say there are 10 negative effects of stress. Okay. And then if it's not negative, it's obviously positive, or you can use good and bad, or you can use important. So I will open both activities for you. I just want to explain have and has. Most of you know this already, but just to remind you. So has versus have. Has is singular, so the boy has. Have is plural, so many boys have. So one girl has a book, many girls have a book. You should know this, but I will leave this for 2 minutes for you to copy down. One more minute. Okay, so we'll move on. So we will write sentences using the words have and has effect on. Remember, we'll be doing this activity now, and the second one on this page is this activity here with there are. All the sentences will start with there are. I will open both activities for you at the same time. There they are. 3 sentences in each activity. So the first one, let's look at the example. Parents, their children. So parents have a lot of important effects on their children. Parents have, it's have because parents is plural, a lot of important effects. So instead of saying many, we're using a lot. And instead of saying positive, we're using important. So you can mix it up all the time. Okay. Then we have siblings, your life. Now, earlier when I read the passage about Miss Harper, the teacher, there possibly could have been words that you didn't understand. And usually, when we in our regular lessons at school, in a classroom with your teachers, it's very easy for you to simply raise your hand and ask the teacher what's the meaning of a certain word. Uh, but now your teacher's not there. So if there were any words in the text or in the passage, if you're going over it again, use a dictionary and find the meaning and definitions of the words. If you don't know the meaning of this word sibling, got it basically means it's one word for brothers and sisters. And I have one sibling, a brother named John. Okay. So, siblings, your life, fast food, your health, doing well in school, your future. Okay, there's the example. And then the second activity, regular exercise. There are many positive effects of regular exercise: bad study habits, healthy eating, a good night's sleep. So I would like for you just to write down these. Don't do the sentences now. Do the sentences after the lesson. I will give you 4 minutes to write these down. You have 2 more minutes. Okay, so we'll move on to the last page for this lesson. How about the effect of the first part of the sentence using comma and so, right? I was really shy and quiet, comma, so I didn't talk a lot in class. Now, the second part of the sentence tells us more about the first part of the sentence. I was really shy and quiet, comma, so I didn't talk a lot in class. Now, the two parts of the sentence is separated by comma and so. Okay. Now, you're going to do this activity. My uncle bought a car. This is the example. My uncle bought a car, comma, so he took me for a ride. So you will add comma and so with your own possible explanations for each one of these. But for now, just take down the sentences, and then after the lesson you can complete it. So it's Jeff never exercises. My sister is good at memorizing words. I studied hard for my final exams. I will give you 2 minutes. Okay, 1 more minute. Okay, so now we will move on to the final activity. Now, this activity is similar to the one we just did with the comma so, but instead of the comma so, the explanation will come in a completely different sentence. So we'll have one sentence and then another sentence giving us more information about the first sentence. So let's look at the example. So the second sentence will start with as a result, comma, or therefore, comma, or thus, comma. Miss Harper encouraged me to talk more, full stop. As a result, comma, I try to participate more. Now, the second sentence gives more information or supports the first sentence. Let's look at the next two examples. She explains things clearly, full stop. Therefore, comma, English became my favorite subject, full stop. The last example, Miss Harper cares about her students, full stop. Thus, comma, she is a popular teacher, full stop. Now, this is the last activity. Write the effects of the given sentences using the words in the parentheses. The word parentheses means brackets. Okay, so you're going to use the words in brackets to start the second sentence. For example, Heather always does her best in school. So your second sentence must start with thus. Thus, comma, don't forget the comma. Her teachers always give her good comments on her report card. Full stop. So you will do these three now. I practice my English speech every day. Your second sentence will start with as a result, comma. Number two, Mona got a C in math. Your second sentence will start therefore, comma. And then the last one is my favorite soccer player was poor, but never gave up on his dreams. Your second sentence again will start with thus, comma. I'll give you 3 minutes. Okay, 1 more minute. Okay, students, that is the end of our lesson. Don't forget to read, achieve, and also, most importantly, don't forget to wash your hands. Goodbye.